What up, YouTube, and welcome to Not Quite Mint. Today, we're going to do our keys in isolation, and we're looking at the character Carnage. So we're going to cover his first appearance, the most expensive key that there is out there of him, and then both me and Rich are going to run through our top 3 Carnage comics. So should we get into it, Rich?
Let's get into it. Right then, so yeah, guys, it's Carnage. We thought we'd do Carnage just basically because we've got obviously Venom 2 will be coming out, I think, next year now. It's quite an obtainable key, so it's not one of these like, you know, bonkers sort of things, and we want to do a bit of a series at least once a week where we're sort of like talking about keys. One thing that I do want to say to you obviously at the moment is, if you are new to our channel, we are doing the regular stream whilst we're on this coronavirus lockdown situation. Some of them may continue obviously into obviously whatever happens next, but also guys, do make sure that you are obviously subscribed to the channel. We do hold giveaways quite regularly, and we will be having quite a few coming up obviously once things sort of like get into a bit more of a state of normality. But also guys, we always sort of ask a bit of a question, so I'm just putting that up on the bottom of the screen there. This series is all about, you know, you interacting with us, so in the comments down below, let us know what you would like us to talk about, really, because we've got loads of stuff we can talk about, haven't we, Tom?
We have, mate, loads of stuff. Absolutely.
Even Tom's sausage dog.
Sorry about that. The dog was crying, so I had to grab him.
Well, he was probably going to plant his balls in front of the bloody screen if you left him there too long.
Do remember to subscribe to the channel, though, guys, and follow us all on the other social media outlets. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on there too, and I'm doing this coffee in isolation thing at the moment, where I'm going through all the keys in my own collection. So we'll probably cover some of those at some point. Yeah,
some really cool stuff that you got there. I think the best one I've seen is it New Mutants 15 or something like that. You've got, is that the first Deadpool?
Oh, 97. 97. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that the other day, and I was like, oh, that's a good one to get.
Probably my most valuable one, actually. Actually, to be fair, my Thor comic, the 136, is probably my most valuable one. But it's got a big black marker pen where someone's written the how much it was on it. So I don't think it's worth anything because of that. But you never know.
Gutted. But to be fair, sometimes marks on the covers don't detract the grade that much. Normally,
I got
maybe have like 1 grade.
Yeah, I got told that. I mean, I got told it might be looking at like a 7 or an 8 for it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Thor. We're here to talk about Carnage.
We are here to talk about Carnage. What do you want to go first with? First appearance?
The first appearance of Carnage. So, Amazing Spider-Man issue 361. So we do actually see Cletus Cassidy. His first appearance is actually in 344, and he gets infected by the symbiote in 360. So technically, his cameo was the issue before, but this is his first proper appearance, and it's actually quite a valuable book, but isn't his most valuable book. Have you actually read this one, Rich?
Yeah, I read. I mean, it came out, I think, in 1992, didn't it? These when Carnage was first introduced, and that I would have been, well, my first experience collecting comics was when I was through the whole Death of Superman stuff, which was obviously back in, like, I think, when was that? Was that 91 or something like that, or 92? So around about the same time.
Really
as this.
tragic.
I actually read these Carnage books when they came out, but I haven't got them anymore. But they would have been absolutely trashed. So there would be no.
To be fair, half my comics books that I got back in the day are absolutely trashed, just because I've read them so many times. I mean, I don't know how many times I've read my Transformer comics. That's
I've never read 344 with Cletus Cassidy, but I have read these 3, and I've got the Marvel Unlimited app on my phone, and I reread them just to make sure that it was clear in my head. And they are a brilliant, because there's the 3 books, isn't there? And they're just it's a brilliant story, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I'm just trying to check who wrote it.
It is. It's Paul. I did write it down somewhere.
David Michelin.
Yeah, it's like and I didn't know that until I looked it up the other day.
Yeah.
I was like,
it is really well written. This whole run is really well written from 344 onwards. It's really well written.
There's a lot of the later books that I think some of the ones that we're going to talk about. I think Tom DeFalco was the writer on them potentially on some of the later ones, but
and then obviously Donny Cates on the one of the ones we're about to talk about.
One of the ones I'm going to talk about exactly. So so this is it, guys. I mean, I've got it down. I don't know if you've got any of the values wrote down.
High value for $110. Mid value for $35, and $10 for a very low one.
Yeah, I had a quick look around.
$10 for a low version of this comic.
I know I would as well. Well, I went straight onto eBay. God's honest truth, going through these because there's some of the books that I've got that I'll show you in a minute. Not all of the ones that I'm going to talk about, but and I went because I thought, bloody hell, these are actually reasonably priced keys. I actually went on eBay and a couple of places to see if I could find these books, and I couldn't get any of them anywhere. Like what the prices I'd seen quoted, but I think highest sale, having a look around the internet, I think it was about it was $699, which is about in August 2010. But I think last month a 9.8 sold for about $354. So
wow,
very reasonable, very reasonable. But like you say, mate, any day of the week, for $10, I'd pick up.
Oh yeah, you've got to pick up the $10, mate.
I'd even pay shipping as well. So. But well, really good. So that is the first appearance of Carnage. The next one is going to be, I'll just bring it up onto the screen, is this one. It's Maximum Carnage #1, and it's a really unusual kind of book. I didn't know about this.
Rarest rocking horse shit.
Basically, exactly that, mate. But I didn't know anything about this book. Again, when we were talking about it last week about doing Carnage, I went and had a quick look around. Never even seen this book. Never even heard of this book. But I believe basically it's virtually like a reprint of, am I right in saying, Spider-Man Unlimited?
Yeah, right? Issue 1, I believe. It's a partial reprint. Right.
Yeah,
but so it came free with the video game.
Yeah, so they brought out the video game for, it was, what was it on, like the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, all of those classic fucking consoles that I had. I don't believe I had it, which is a game.
I've never seen it, but I have seen this artwork before, and I think it's because I have a Marvel's painted art book with lots of artworks from Julie Bell and Bill. I don't even know how you say his name, but it's got loads of artwork. So I've seen this artwork before, but I didn't know what it was from.
Oh, okay.
So it's been interesting to do a bit of research into this one.
Yeah, I mean, this one, as I say, having a little poke around. I mean, I could not find one of these for sale anywhere, so that probably points to how rare this book is. And to be fair, it's not even one that I'd actually bother buying. I was more interested in picking up the ones like the Spider-Man Unlimited run, because that wasn't that expensive, and you could get really good grades if you wanted to buy the graded books for relatively decent money. But this Maximum Carnage, as you say, it was circulated by Acclaim as part of their video game promotion for the game Maximum Carnage. Absolutely gutted I never played it, so I would like to obviously look into it. Now this one, I think your raw average sales, it says that it would be around about $185. I think if you got that, have you got that one? But having a look around at most recent sales, a raw book of this was there was a recorded sale at $799, and that was in just a couple of weeks ago in February.
Jesus, wow! Do you see that on cover price?
Yeah, so that was on cover price. That was $799 for a raw one. The most recent, from what I could see, weren't many great details from my research, and the most expensive one was $625, but that was like 2 years ago in November 2018, and then a 9.6. That was a 9.6 back then, but then another 9.6 sold in March of last year for $375. So it's literally like rocking horse shit. And I think if you ever saw that book for anything probably below even a raw copy in decent condition for like $300, you should be snapping that person's hand off and running away very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who's got $300 in their pocket?
Well, I haven't, because we live in England, mate. So.
True.
But yeah, at least, yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you ever see that book, I'd definitely be thinking you should be picking it up, if I'm honest. So that is first appearance, most expensive. But now we want to talk about our own personal sort of favourite Carnage issues, don't we?
Everyone loves a bit of Carnage.
Yeah. Do you want to open the doors, mate?
Yeah, if you want me to start. Yeah.
So I will whack up your first one. So there you go, mate.
So yeah, I'm going with New Avengers issue 2, where we see the Sentry rip good old Carnage in half, and he actually dies.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Beautiful comic, very well drawn. It's amazing. It's David Finch draws this book, and it's written by Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah, cool. He did quite, because a lot of people I think have spoke about Carnage, that he's, as I think we alluded to at the start, there's obviously like the original creation of Carnage, but then there was like Tom DeFalco, I think, was a writer in ASM. There's this one, as you say.
Tom DeFalco wrote that one, the most valuable one.
The Maximum Carnage, yeah. So in that, yeah. So he did. I think he did. Obviously, was it Spider-Man Unlimited as well, or was it? Yeah.
I don't know.
He did that, and then as we say, there's the Donny Cates stuff, obviously tying into the current like Venom run, and so there's some really cool writers, and I mean, like, Bendis, when he wrote this, I mean,
it's amazing. This is one of the best Avengers runs, in my opinion. It's so good. I mean, the team in issue 1, when they release who is in the team, you get Wolverine, you've got Spider-Man. I mean, who wouldn't want that as your team? I mean, you've got Luke Cage in the team as well. Like, I mean, it's epic.
Yeah,
it's a really good run.
Is it? Would this be after Spider-Man? Ultimate Spider-Man, was that one? Would it be just after Ultimate Spider-Man?
Well, this isn't part of that same universe. So Ultimate Spider-Man was around about this time, but this would have been. So I picked up New Avengers probably when it came out back in 2005. So you'd have been I was 28 of, or no, probably about 50.
It's just the Bendis connect.
I think he might have come off that to write this, or he might have been doing the both at the same time. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like thinking, was it like he did you do the Ultimate Spider-Man stuff and then maybe came on to this? So it's all around about that same time, isn't it?
I don't think Ultimatum was that far after this, where like they completely killed off the Ultimates universe.
Yeah, they killed it, didn't they? They just did it away. So I think that was because I've had, like, probably in my comic book collecting life, I think I'm probably into my 4th wave of collecting. So I did, like I say, Death of Superman stuff that I've still got, and I've got like some the Batman Death in the Family books and stuff like that, which I think my dad bought at the same time. Then I came back into it with Ultimate Spider-Man, and then I did a bit of a collecting when Walking Dead was really big, and then more up to date. Obviously, for the past 12 months, I've been buying comics. Well, up until last couple of weeks, obviously every week. So yeah, but I definitely didn't get the New Avengers.
I've not done any waves. I've just continued to collect.
I was looking at your Facebook post with all the stuff that you're selling off.
Trying to get rid of, yeah. It's just so I can make some money to buy a giant size X-Men issue 1.
Yeah, it's bonkers, mate. Well, you'll get it. You will get it. We'll make sure that you get it because that'll be a few coming soon to the channel. That will, Tom's journey to getting his dream grail of giant size X-Men.
Yeah, but I'll get that, and then I'll want something else.
Yeah, but that's collecting. That's collecting. You'll have it. It'll sit on the shelf for a bit. You'll be dead proud, and then you'll be like, I want something else, and you'll sell that. You'll sell some other stuff, and you'll get something else even better.
Yeah. That's the beauty of this. Right, what's your one?
Well, I don't think it's going to go down in any value, mate. But anyway, let's get back to Carnage. And my first pick is a very recent one. And it's basically Absolute Carnage. So, as people will know, Donny Cates, very good writer, doing the Thor run, Venom, all the rest of it. And that's my copy of Absolute Carnage. I think this came out last year, and this was probably the first sort of limited series run that I bought back into. Have you read these, Tom?
Yeah. I really enjoyed this. Yeah. I've got the Hulk Codex cover to.
Exactly. So I was going to say this whole idea of all the symbiotes having that like codex, leaving the imprint of that codex within their host's spine, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And that's the whole premise, isn't it? I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it is just amazing. And the one
unleashing the god, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, so it was Null, isn't it? So it's basically that Carnage was basic because Carnage is weird, isn't he? Because whilst he's a symbiote, he's obviously he bonds through the blood of the host, doesn't he? So it's like he wanted to overthrow Null, didn't he? So it was like he wanted to create or collect the whole of these codex to have collective memory of every single symbiote because they're obviously a bit of a hive mind thing as well. Then effectively, and then become the king symbiote. That was the whole premise, wasn't it? Effectively,
yeah. Basically, yeah. He basically wants Carnage basically wants to become God.
Yeah, and that was it. Yeah, so he's sort of. But the artwork in these were the
Brian Stegman, isn't it?
Yeah, so Stegman was the cover artist on the standard covers, and then this was the connecting cover variants. Kind of go there. But I love a connecting cover, so. I got all of those as well. So yeah, this is my absolute favorite sort of Carnage incarnation. So hence why it's there. But from a Keith perspective and a value perspective, he's quite this. You can still pick up these Absolute Carnages for, in UK pounds for easily around about £5 and definitely no more than like $10. And then 9.8 slabs you can get for about $60. So, that's not bad because that's not much more than the cost of slabbing and buying the book. Do you know what I mean? So you can pick one up for cheap, a 9.8. Why not? I think I might actually because it's just one of my favourite books that I've read in the last 12 months. Definitely. I don't know why I didn't jump on Venom. Maybe that should be
the current run.
The current run. Yeah, I think I might need to have to go back and get that. But yeah, so there you go, mate, guys. That's my first sort of key. Now we've done Tom's, so we'll do Tom's second one. So here we go, mate. Fire away.
So this I've gone for Amazing Spider-Man issue 799. And this is the first appearance of Normie Osborn as the Goblin Child. Well, I hope it's child. It's spelt really funny. But
yeah, he's mate. Yeah, they've just decided to spruce it up a little bit.
But I really like this run. I mean, I think Dan Slott's done amazing things with Spider-Man. Excuse the pun. But yeah, I really like this run. I really like the Red Goblin. I liked where they went with it. I like that he then infected Normie, which then opens up this whole thing for Absolute Carnage where he can infect other people with the symbiote and then be able to control them. So that's I like that it started that. And it's illustrated by Alex Ross, and who doesn't like Alex Ross's artwork, to be fair? And he's an inspiration to me, old Alex Ross.
Yeah, have you seen the was it the Marvelocity book that Alex Ross has brought out?
Yeah, mate, he's so good. I'd love to meet him one day, man. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, well, I was, because when I was doing my little bit of research and rereading these over the last couple of days, I think that I needed to understand that context of this Goblin Child thing. So
yeah,
it was really cool, because that obviously in the final issue of Absolute Carnage, that plays out, doesn't it? That little is it little Dylan? No, Dylan's Brock's
Brock's, but Normie is
Normie. Yeah, that whole dynamic plays out, and I was like, like you say, mate.
I mean, in Absolute Carnage, Norman Osborn brought all of this on himself, because Carnage now knows he can do that, and he goes and takes over Norman Osborn, which is just incredible. I mean, Norman Osborn's been nobody's puppet at any point in any Amazing Spider-Man's thing willingly. So having to be forced to be Carnage's little bitch, I mean, poor him, basically. But it made me laugh.
Yeah, it's mega. But yeah, such a good choice, mate. I definitely agree with you on that one, mate.
It's a good run. I actually got this one.
Oh, have you? I'm not surprised, because you do collect you do collect ASM, don't you? So
I do.
Good, man. What sort of values are on that? Are they fairly?
I don't know, mate. I didn't actually look into a lot of values. I just wanted to talk about them as they were. But I have a quick look.
Yeah. I wasn't. Just out of curiosity, really.
It just looks like it's a high of $4, really, and low of $1. So it's still quite easy to pick up. It's not like a major key or anything.
No, but it's still a first appearance of the Goblin Child, and who knows? One thing when I was doing all of this research was I was thinking about the concept of all the rumors that are swirling around. Obviously, there's going to be Venom 2. You've got obviously like the Morbius film that's going to obviously pull Spider-Man in at some point. And how are they then? They're definitely going to incorporate Venom into I'm
calling it now. So Venom's Lethal Protector issue? Yeah, I think it's issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. They introduce a whole array of different types of symbiotes. You end up with like Scream. You've got Toxin. No, Toxin's not in that. Toxin is later on. But there's a couple of others. I'm calling it. There will be a TV series around those characters, because they're not major, but they'll be major enough for them to do a TV series about the symbiotes, I think.
Yeah, because I think in the Venom, I'm thinking back now to the Venom film, there were a few.
It's Rage, Wrath, not Wrath, Rage.
Yeah, a couple of them showed up there, but that when I watched that film, because I had no expectations of anything with that film, I thought it was going to be pretty poor, to be honest. I really enjoyed it, and the additional symbiotes that came into it, I was like, that's. I was fully on board with that, like 100% type of thing. So I thought that. Yeah, definitely. But I'm I cannot see them not doing something that resembles like the Absolute Carnage kind of story based on.
I think the popularity, it's going to get something.
Yeah, and I mean they might go down the Venom Island route with that. Where Venom goes off to gets ditched on the island in what is it like? It's a ASM. I don't know. It's like 400 and something or whatever it is. When. Isn't that it's just before 462? So I think it's around about 441 or something like that, the original Venom Island. But like they might do something like that in the next one, where Spider-Man, I don't know, ditches him off wherever. Like, who knows? Anyway, my second choice for my sort of favourite keys is, we've spoken about the most expensive, but this one is 362. So Amazing Spider-Man 362. So this one is basically the second appearance of Carnage, and it is part 2 of the Carnage sort of storyline. Again, I read this as a 12-year-old kid, thought it was brilliant, and reading it again this week, I sort of like was just like, oh my god, this is just like probably beyond obviously that first issue. Is definitely up there. Brilliant cover with all 3 of them. It's a little bit misleading, the cover, a little bit, I think. So it kind of looks like Venom and Carnage teaming up, when that isn't the actual fact of the story. But still, I just thought, and I could not believe how cheap these were. Again, like, you can genuinely pick these up for less than like £20 in really, really good condition. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, like, but
I think it's got a wonderful artwork. I
just could not mention it.
Yeah, it's got a lovely artwork. Is it Mark Bagley again?
Yeah, Mark Bagley. Yeah. So it's just classic. It's just so classic. Amazing cover. 9.8 apparently. Recent sales. I think you're looking at around about $80 to $100 at the moment for a 9.8. Again, I think I'm going to have to try and pick that up. Highest ever sale was $478. But that was like 11 years ago in 2009. So it has had a big dip, but you can kind of understand why. But you can pick it up. I saw these on eBay for between £10 and £15 in good condition as well. So, they are readily available. It's early 90s Marvel comics, so they're not going to be necessarily in short supply, but still really good key.
Happy days.
Right. So we're going to do your third and final pick, Tom.
Is it 410?
There you go, mate.
Yeah. Bear with me. There you
go. Bear with.
Yeah, sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 410. So it's the first appearance of Ben Reilly, but as the Spider Carnage. And I actually am going to admit I've not read this one. However, I absolutely love the cover, and I definitely want this in my collection, because I've seen the TV series with him in it, and it's fucking amazing. Yeah. And I feel like this is something that will happen at some point in like a TV series or Marvel Universe. This could happen. This is artwork again by Mark Bagley. But I think you're right. This one is Tom. Sorry, go on.
Tom DeFalco,
Yeah.
As you say, like looking at all of these key, sort of Carnage Venom things, knowing that Carnage is going to be in the Venom 2 film, I honestly cannot see them not having a situation whereby they're doing these kinds of storylines that was, it'd be a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would pick it up if I could.
Yeah,
I think the artwork's really good. Spider Carnage in the TV series is just amazing. He's quality. I mean, you just hate him but love him at the same time.
It makes me think
Ben Reilly.
Yeah, and it makes me think with the current creative sort of time that they've got, like the whole, like Donny Cates, as I say, the stuff that's going on around. I genuinely can't imagine that they won't do this, because how much we pay to see Spider Carnage?
Me, quite a lot of money.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's a no-brainer. Completely.
I'd love to see a clone of Tom Holland with the Spider Carnage outfit on.
There you go. Yeah, and I would as well.
Go on, sorry.
No, I just think it's a complete no-brainer. They need to do it.
Or if they brought like Andrew Garfield into the universe and were like, oh, he's a clone of Spider-Man, but he doesn't look the same, but he is Spider-Man, and he's Ben Reilly. It'd be wicked if he then ended up as Spider Carnage, because he's a little bit more skinny than Tom Holland, so he's kind of got that Carnage look about him.
Yeah, the wiry, the wiry kind of look, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you, man. I get you. That's right, man. So we've just got one more book to do, haven't we?
Yeah, man.
My third pick, which is, I need to make sure I get the number right because I've got that many numbers in my head. But it is Amazing Spider-Man 431. Key issue is that it is the first ever Cosmic Carnage. So Cosmic Carnage, because Carnage basically, I believe the whole story behind this one is basically he ditches Cletus Cassidy, and Cletus Cassidy's got some kind of like stomach cancer or something like that, so he's going to like basically pop his clogs, and Carnage has been keeping him alive because Carnage makes the decision he wants to basically take over the Silver Surfer, Opportunist. And that's how this comes about. I think I think it was over 2 issues, I believe, the storyline. But basically, yeah, the whole way that they kind of win is that effectively, obviously, you know, Silver Surfer is, you know, you kind of, you know, he's Herald of Galactus. He's a lot more powerful than you kind of anticipate. He's able to get Carnage off of him, and then the whole plot is that they basically think that it's lesser of two evils, get Carnage back attached to Cletus Cassidy, and we'll deal with him as he was, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then absolute carnage happened.
Yeah, and that's how it all plans out. But it's one of those ones that it was. I remember reading it at the time, and I didn't know until I was researching the keys that I had actually read these books. So it was sort of.
Is this the first cover appearance?
So this is the first cover appearance because, as I say, the previous, the first Cosmic Carnage was in the previous issue. Sorry, so I have got slightly mixed up, but this is the first cover appearance of Cosmic Carnage. But he the cover on the issue before is pretty rubbish. If I remember,
I wouldn't have been able to read this. I'd have been 10.
Yeah,
when it came out.
So yeah, so that's my one. And again, I don't know. I just think with things that the way that things are going with the MCU, we've got to have a Galactus. We've got to have like another incantation of the Silver Surfer, because we're going to be getting more of we're going to be getting Fantastic Four in the coming years. So I just, again, the possibilities of there being a Cosmic Carnage in films or whatever, again, it's just like, you know, it's just a possibility. But it's, again, a really cheap key to pick up. Looking at it, I think it's about a raw of about $40 average. So it's a fairly rare book, I think. I don't think it's a very high print run. Yeah, you 9/8 are looking at around about $150 to $200 apparently. So there you go, mate.
Spider-Man does not look well in that position. It almost looks like he's got a giant red dick. That's not a very good position for Spider-Man to be in, man.
Yeah. Oh, what the cover in the bottom corner, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that. Who allowed them to do that?
maybe that's why it's worth so much money.
Yeah, because Spider-Man's huge red dick appears in the front cover with Carnage riding it. That sounds weird.
Yeah, that does sound weird.
This is written by your Tom. What's it? Isn't it Tom DeFalco again?
Tom DeFalco again. Yeah. As I say, I remember. I've got like it's a Spider-Man encyclopedia book, and Tom DeFalco was at like he was doing signings at one of the. It was like a really old Comic Con before they were called Comic Cons, when around about this time, as I say, and I was reading Amazing Spider-Man Tom DeFalco, because I've got issues up in my short boxes in the attic, and I, as I say, I remember reading this, but then I remember meeting Tom DeFalco, and he was signing this book that he'd brought out, and I've got it in my collection upstairs. Like, but it's kind of like, yeah, I just remember Tom DeFalco being like, you know, like the name at the time, like a bit like is it J. Michael Straczynski as well when he was doing Spider-Man. I remember reading his runs on Spider-Man and stuff like that, and it's all around about that same time, sort of 90s into the 2000s, and yeah, it's just a class time for me and comics. I think
it looked like he jumped onto Spider-Man in 253 was his first one that he did. 253 back in 1984. So I'd have been -4 when Tom DeFalco started writing Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. So I mean, I was what? So I was 3 or 4, but again, I would have probably started reading comics towards the end of his run. So that's where all of this comes. A very like
Four as well, which
yeah,
and Fantastic Four by the looks of it.
There you go. Yeah, as I say, I've got a book. I'll have to dig it out because it's signed by Tom DeFalco, and I remember when I met him, it was just like because he wrote the stories that I was reading, type of thing. So yeah, it's happy days,
mate.
But that's all our books anyway, isn't it? We have done the tour of Carnage,
and we've bored you for 30 minutes.
36 minutes. But hopefully that's been useful to you. As I say, let us know down in the comments who you would like to see us cover in the future.
Uncanny X-Men.
Why is that? Because you'd like to show everybody
my own Uncanny X-Men. So let us know in the comments down below what you'd like to see, and we'll be doing another stream. We're going to be trying and doing them like every 2 or 3 days, aren't we, Tom? So we'll do another one where we talk about what's been going on in comics, what we've been reading ourselves, and anything that we've been picking up on auctions and stuff. Yeah, man.
That's the next one anyway, isn't it? That's the next plan. So we're all done. Hopefully you enjoy watching this. Let us know in the comments. Obviously, subscribe and hit that thumbs up if you like.
Ding bell.
Follow us over on Instagram.
Hit the dingly bell.
Oh shit! Yeah, dingly bell. Hit the bell icon so that you know when we're uploading stuff. And I've just got to say, take care.
And I just got to say, see ya.
All right.